All right. On the, I want to call it a phone because I'm so old fashioned. We're on the line with Wild Rivers, live from across the northern border in Canada. Is that correct?
That is. We're coming at you from my apartment downtown Toronto. We're all cooped up, making music, working on songs.
Oh man! Now you had a big tour last year, and you were all set to go out on a big tour this year, but then COVID happened.
Yeah. We were actually in the middle of recording an album in New York, and kind of halfway through the recording session, we had to scoot out of there. Drove, I think, 8 hours straight, just straight home. We didn't know if we'd be able to cross the border because it was right during all the madness. But
Yeah,
we're home safe, and
didn't they close the Canadian border when it
they
all
did.
started?
Soon after, as soon as we passed, they're like, no more.
You were the last ones to get back
Yeah.
home. So you say you were set up recording in New York, but I understand that the current EP, Songs to Break Up To, was recorded in Nashville.
Yeah, last fall.
And that was the first time that you had recorded in the States, I guess. You were normally recording in Toronto.
I think so. Yeah. We we all I think we actually the timing of it was we bought a band van for ourselves and packed up everything we own and all of our instruments and drove to Nashville and kind of made a little home there for 2 or 3 weeks and recorded the EP.
Man, I guess you're lucky that nobody decided to just run off with your van if everything
yeah.
you owned
We
was in it.
We keep a close eye because it's our most prized possession.
Now, the tour that had to not happen, that was supposed to be happening right now, I guess, you had declared that $1 from every ticket sold was going to be donated to Voices of Our City Choir in support of homelessness in San Diego. How did that come about?
So our manager actually is friends with someone who is involved in Voices of Our City, so that's how we heard about them. And we were living in LA for 5 months earlier this year, and when we heard about the choir, we were really inspired and excited by the idea of it. So we went down to San Diego from LA, and we just kind of sat in on a practice and saw what they were all about, met everybody, and yeah, we really loved what they stood for, and it was awesome to see them perform. So we wanted to find out ways to get more involved, and so $1 from every ticket on the tour is still going to be going to them.
Any ideas about when you might be able to go out on tour again?
We have, we've started rescheduling our dates, and it looks like we're going to get back into it, hopefully, if everything goes smoothly, by May. So I'm sure it'll come faster than we expect, but it was a bummer to have to bump it a little bit.
We'll be very well practiced.
Everything just got pushed back like a whole year.
Yeah, it seems that way. We're okay with it. We're happy to be able to just all be together and make music. So we're trying to look at it like a little breather because we have been on the go so much the last few years.
Yeah, I understand that a lot of musicians are taking this opportunity to, develop new material and such.
Yep, gonna be a lot of great albums coming out of it.
Yeah, let's hope so. And you're working on a new album in New York, right? Or you were?
We were. We're just trying to figure out. We kind of had to get out of there in a hurry, so we're just trying to figure out how we're gonna finish it remotely. Talking to our producer, and that's kind of that's what's in our sightlines. That's our focus.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna finish it remotely.
That's the plan. It's a crazy new world.
Well, as hard as it's been for me to try and figure out how to do things remotely, I can't even imagine how it would be to try and finish, an album remotely. So I wish you best of luck.
Thank you very much. We're optimistic. We got a good setup here, and it seems like more and more people are doing things like that. So there's a lot of good technology to make it easy.
All right. Well, if you're ready, let's hear some? Are we going to hear some new songs that haven't even been recorded yet, or are we going to hear a mix?
We'll probably do. Well, they're all kind of new for us because we haven't actually played these songs live, which is a funny process for us. So we'll do some songs off our EP, Songs to Break Up To. That I
All
guess
right.
it came out in May. Is that right? So pretty new. This one's called kind of feels alright. It's kind of all the songs on the album are related to a breakup, and this is the happy breakup song in the album. That's how we like to describe it.
You said you gotta make some big change. Yeah, that's got a nice ring. I loaded up my car and drove away. I guess I'll do my own thing. Tonight I got drunk at my best friend's house, sitting around singing and laughing. Last year, baby, I was checking in, now I'm crashing. I catch myself when I'm on my own. Streetlights pass and I'm stumbling home. Dumb young kid with no love in sight. I swear I should be terrified, but damn, it kinda feels alright. Damn, it kinda feels alright. So you went and cracked the statue. I guess that's what I needed. Some girls asking about that tattoo. Still think I'm gonna keep it. And if you're getting drunk at your best friend's house and I come up and they're asking, we said maybe we test it out and it's lasting. I catch myself when I'm on my own. Streetlights pass and I'm stumbling home. Dumb young kid with no love in sight. I swear I should be terrified, but damn, it kinda feels alright. Damn, it kinda feels alright. I swear I should be terrified. Damn, it kinda feels alright. Man, it kinda feels alright. Damn, it kinda feels. I catch myself when I'm on my own. Streetlights pass and I'm stumbling home. Tell me a kid with no love inside. I swear I should be terrified. Damn, it kinda feels alright. Man, it kinda feels alright. Damn, it kinda feels alright. Alright.
Very nice. It's Wild Rivers live on 98.1 Radio Free Santa Fe from Toronto, Canada. What's it like in Canada during COVID anyway? I know what it's like here, but is it the same? I
It's
guess
not
you
good.
wouldn't know. I
Toronto's,
mean, have you been able to
Toronto's the
get
worst.
a haircut or?
We are just recently able to get our hair done, so
Andrew
that's a
actually
big
has
step.
been cutting my hair, so you can see that this terrible haircut, you can blame this guy.
Now,
Yeah, Toronto has the worst of it, but as a whole, it seems like things are looking a little positive. I'm so nervous to say that, but yeah, it's people are wearing masks, people are being careful, so I think the end is in sight, even though it's a distant end.
well, let's hope so. I'm led to
And-
believe that an awful lot of musicians' songs end up being kind of autobiographical,
Oh yeah.
and probably Songs to Break Up To, the new EP, all these songs are literally autobiographical from what I hear.
Yeah, it's I guess they were written in the last 2 years. I went through a breakup and I made the whole band hear about it all the time. So naturally everyone was sympathetic for making a breakup album, so I could get over this and they could hear me stop talking about it so much.
You've managed to get the demons out, as it were, or
Yeah. And it's
Now you just have to talk about it all the time.
now I just got to talk about it.
for the rest of your lives.
No, it was good though because we spend 90% of our waking hours together. So to do an album so personal was nice to have a group of people that have been there the whole ride. And I think it shows in the music. We were all kind of on board for the vision the whole way through, and it was fun. It was a fun, weird, self-aware, cathartic experience.
Tell folks a little bit about how Wild Rivers did come together. Did you grow up in the same area? Were you friends growing up? Did you go to the same school, or how did you meet?
We are all from the same area, but we only met kind of starting in college. Dev and I met in university a couple hours outside of Toronto, and neither of us were studying music, but both of us were kind of the token musicians in our friend group. So we got introduced and started making music together, kind of coffee house type thing, like started very amateur. I still feel like we're amateur and slowly just shedding that. But we graduated and decided we wanted to go for it and made an album. While we were making that album, we met the other two guys in the band, and it turned into from a duo project into like a full band thing, and really just organically kind of came about. Like we feel like we kind of fell into meeting each other and becoming a band, and we've been slowly doing it full time and taking it seriously for a couple of years now.
Only a couple of years. Now you've already recorded a debut album and another EP besides this one. That
Yep.
seems like a lot of recording in just a couple of years.
Yeah, I say a couple of years because it feels like it hasn't been that long, but how long is it?
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years.
Coming on 5, I guess.
Yeah.
So when you did the first couple of releases, did you just do those in the home studio, DIY?
Our first album we did in just the greater Toronto area, about half an hour from Toronto. It was our first time going to a studio, and we worked with a producer named Dan Hosch on that. And then all the rest of our other EP, we kind of bounced around from studios in Toronto, and we were still kind of getting our bearing working with different producers, going to different places. But we hadn't really done any home recording until recently.
Oh, okay. Do you find that jumping around to different producers lends kind of a different layer of sound to the process, or?
For sure.
Yeah, I think it's been a process of kind of figuring out how we work best in the studio. So we just wanted to try a bunch of different approaches to recording, and and I think we've really found our best version of that with the recent EP, going to Nashville and doing it kind of in one go and half live and kind of maintaining like a live feel, but overdubbing parts in the studio. I think that's kind of what we all landed on liking for our songs the best.
Okay. But maybe when they first start out, they kind of sound like this.
Yeah.
Just you guys in the room.
Yeah, it's a fun process of building it up and still trying to maintain the energy that the song had when it was written. So that's something we always is kind of a compass for us in the studio, is what we hope that most of our songs can sound good just in this setting, stripped down, and we try to feature that when we produce them and work with people, and it's a helpful way for us to think about it.
Well, I'm of the opinion that if the song doesn't play stripped down, it needs work. So
Yeah.
as long as you can pull it off in the environment that you're in, I think the songs are solid. Why don't we hear another one?
Yeah. So do Think About Love? This is the first song that we released from the EP. So we did it in Nashville, and it was cool. Like, a couple of the songs were co-written with people in Nashville, and our producer was there, and we really kind of developed a little family there, just like everyone who was working on the album. And for this one, this was the last day of recording. We had everybody who worked on the album, the writers, the producer, our manager, everybody got in the studio and kind of sang along, like this choiry part. So this was a fun kind of closure.
But
at
this
the end
was
of the
in
album.
Nashville. They didn't like suggest that it, sound more country or anything like that.
Oh no. Well, I actually like some country stuff, and I subtly put some banjo on some of our songs, and everybody gets triggered by banjo, and banjo isn't cool apparently. So that was the one thing that was nixed by the Suits. But nothing wrong with country. This is kind of our like kind of soul song, I guess, if you could call it that. We never know how to describe our music. But it's called Think About Love.
Guess we got caught up with telling a lie. Now you're leaving me lonely. I could get in my car, end up drunk at some bar, but that was the old me. Remember the night that we slept on the floor and you told me you loved me. Bet you don't ever think about that. It's kinda like a light went off and now you're dead set on giving me up. You're talking like we're so far gone and there ain't no use stitching it up. We could do the long haul, we could ride it out. I know the ride's rough, but try us. You're just thinking about tomorrow.
I'm on the road while you're waiting at home, but I swear I'll be right back. And you'll find some man with no rock and roll band, and maybe you'll like that. Remember the lake when it started to rain, babe, and I just heard you. But you don't even think about that. Like a light went off and now you're dead set on giving me up. We're talking like we're so far gone and there ain't no use stitching it up. We could do the long haul, we could ride it out. I know the ride's rough, but try us. You're just thinking about tomorrow, I'm just thinking about love. I'm just thinking about love. Oh, 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 oh. It's kinda like a light went off and now you're dead set on giving me up. Talking like we're so far gone and there ain't no use stitching it up. We could do the long haul, we could ride it out. I know the ride's rough, but try us. You're just thinking about, I'm just thinking about, I'm just thinking about love. I'm just thinking about love.
one from the EP Songs to Break Up To. We're live with Wild Rivers right now on 98.1 Radio Free Santa Fe. Khaled, Devin, Andrew, thank you so much for taking time out of your quarantine schedule to do this for us today.
Thank you,
Chris. We're doing
Appreciate it.
absolutely nothing, so don't worry about it. This is a great breakup to our quarantine day.
Well, I certainly wish you best of luck in the days, weeks, months to come, however long it takes, and hopefully we'll get to see you in person one of these days.
For sure. To you as well. We're thinking about you guys, and we hope the same.
My sweater on your bedroom floor, you can take that. You don't want my love no more, and honey, I can shake that.
How come you go back around, I see a ghost on a train downtown, chasing it out, but we go way back. It's just a baseball cap, I ain't even missing in a Springsteen track. I don't listen to the way I act, like I don't go thinking, but I do. It's just an old habit. I don't gotta kick in all your best friend's pictures. I don't check 'cause you look so different, like you don't go thinking, but I do. Now I'm driving by the place we met. Could you go there? Seems like you're getting on, but I ain't getting nowhere. I come, you go, back around, I see you out in a bar downtown.
Now you wanna talk,
Babe, I don't care. I don't care. It's just a baseball cap. I ain't even missing in a Springsteen track. I don't listen in the way I act, like I don't go thinking, but I do. It's just an old habit. I don't gotta kick in all your best friend's pictures. I don't check 'cause you look so different, like you don't go thinking, but I do. I do. I do. I do.
you go, back around, I see you out in a bar downtown.
But you look so different, like you don't go thinking, but I do. Oh, I do.
It's just a baseball cap.
I ain't even missing any Springsteen track. I don't listen to the way I act, like I don't go thinking, but I do. It's just an old habit. I don't gotta kick in all your best friend's pictures. I don't check 'cause you look so different, like you don't go thinking, but I do.